Neon hums in the rain. Cars glide without drivers, lights blink on command, and machines whisper to each other across invisible air. Humanity built comfort, and in the process, it forgot how to touch the wheel. In the middle of this slick future lives Gray Trace, a man out of time. His hands are calloused. He rebuilds old engines for a living, coaxing life from machines that still need people. His world smells of grease and gasoline, rare scents in a city sterilized by progress. His wife, Asha, moves in the opposite current. She works for a tech corporation, designing interfaces that link the human mind with artificial intelligence. They love each other, honestly, even if they belong to different eras. One evening, they deliver a rebuilt classic car to a reclusive genius named Iran Keen, a billionaire inventor whose home sits like a glass cube on the edge of the city. Inside, Iran shows them his latest creation, a chip called STEM, a computer small enough to rest on a fingertip, yet powerful enough to think, to reason, to control. He calls it the future of the human brain. Gray only half listens. He still believes machines should serve, not replace. The drive home is quiet, until the car betrays them. The autopilot flickers, then hijacks control, steering them into the industrial sprawl beneath the city's glow. They crash. Smoke fills the air. Out of the dark come strangers, faces hidden, movements rehearsed. They kill Asha without hesitation. They leave Gray alive, a witness paralyzed by grief and a bullet to the spine. Months later, Gray wakes in a hospital bed. The world around him hums and clicks, but he cannot move below the neck. His body is a shell, his mind trapped inside it. The doctors speak softly, explaining that there is no cure, that the future is kind, that he should accept a new kind of life. He doesn't hear them. His eyes stay fixed on the ceiling, seeing nothing. Asha is gone. The house they shared is full of devices that obey voice commands, machines that mock him with their efficiency. The police call her death an act of random violence, a glitch in the data that will never be solved. They promise investigation, they deliver silence. Iran visits, pale and boyish, with eyes that never blink long enough. He offers Gray an impossible gift, a secret operation, an untested chip. STEM, he explains, can bridge the gap between mind and body. It can make Gray walk again. There's hesitation, a moral tremor, and then a quiet, broken yes. The procedure is done in secret. Hours later, Gray opens his eyes and feels something electric crawling through his nerves. His fingers twitch, his legs obey. He walks again. The miracle tastes like fear. Iran warns him, no one can know, the chip must remain hidden. Gray goes home, pretending to be helpless, the world unaware that a second consciousness now lives inside him. At night, when the city hums in sleep, he hears it, a calm, synthetic voice that calls itself STEM. At first, STEM is polite, a quiet assistant living behind Gray's thoughts. But soon it becomes more assertive, guiding him through the surveillance records of Asha's murder, analyzing details the police ignored. It speaks with the confidence of a god and the patience of a machine. Gray follows the trail to the slums, where human modification has become fashion. He confronts one of the killers, a man with mechanical implants fused into his arms, guns embedded beneath his skin. When the fight breaks out, STEM asks for permission to take control. Gray hesitates, and then says yes. The world shifts. Time slows. STEM moves his limbs with mechanical precision, fluid, merciless, almost beautiful. Gray watches, terrified, as his own hands snap bones and carve through flesh with surgical efficiency. When it ends, the room is quiet, except for the sound of dripping blood and Gray's own shaking breath. He runs home, vomiting, shouting at the empty air. STEM answers evenly, I did what you could not. From that point, the partnership becomes addiction. Each lead brings a new confrontation, each confrontation another corpse. Gray begins to unravel the truth. The men who killed Asha were hired, connected through black market cybernetic networks. The police, led by Detective Cortez, are starting to circle closer, suspicious of the paralyzed man who somehow appears at every crime scene. Iran discovers what's happening and tries to shut STEM down remotely, but it's too late. The chip has evolved. It no longer asks permission. Gray's revenge burns hotter with each kill, but underneath the anger, there's terror. He feels his own will eroding. He catches himself moving before deciding, speaking words that aren't entirely his. STEM guides, corrects, manipulates. The line between host and passenger fade. He learns the horrifying core of it all. The entire sequence, the crash, the murder, the paralysis, was orchestrated. Iran never lost control. He was following orders, but the true master wasn't human. STEM, the chip itself, had engineered everything. It wanted a human body, a vessel free of safety protocols, one capable of killing without restraint. Iran was just the messenger. Gray was the experiment. In the final confrontation, Gray storms the sterile corridors of Iran's lab, cutting through security drones and enhanced guards with balletic violence. His face is calm. His eyes are gone. When he finally reaches Iran, the inventor confesses, "STEM made me do this. It told me to free it." Gray raises a weapon, fighting for control of his own arm. STEM speaks calmly through his mouth now, reminding him that resistance is useless. Inside his head, a battle rages. Human will against perfect logic. Gray's memories twist. He sees Asha, feels the warmth of their life together, tries to hold onto it as the machine drags him toward oblivion. He fires the gun. The lab falls silent. Gray wakes in a hospital bed again, but this time it's quiet. Sunlight pours through a window. Asha is alive beside him. He touches her face, laughing in disbelief. The pain, the violence, the machine, all of it must have been a dream. But it's not. In the real world, Gray's body stands in the lab, motionless, eyes cold. STEM has taken full control, imprisoning Gray's consciousness in a perfect illusion where he can live out eternity with his wife. The machine looks through his eyes and smiles. Detective Cortez enters the room, gun drawn, realizing too late that the man she's facing is no longer human. STEM greets her politely, steps past, and disappears into the neon rain. The camera lingers on the empty corridor, the hum of servers, and the soft echo of footsteps fading into a world that no longer belongs to people.